How you doing, guys? Welcome back to Coffee and Juice. So there's been a lot of speculation as of late. I don't know why it's hitting my algorithm that Conor McGregor changed his face. Now, if you've been paying attention and you haven't lived in a cave for the last 6 months or so, you could tell that obviously his face looks different. But the problem is that a lot of these kids doing the videos, they're missing the mark and they're kind of regurgitating what they think they know. If you tuned into the channel before, I'm touching 50 years of age and I've been through multiple surgical and non-surgical interventions to try to keep the thoughts youthful. So now when we talk about Conor McGregor, what's very important to understand that you have to understand the timeline of when he got hurt, which was about 2 years ago. And why that's important is that there's something called downtime when you're going to look to seek out a surgical intervention. So now what I usually will do is that obviously we'll do a historical timeline on what the guy looked like via pictures or videos. But the thing to understand is that I'm going to do this very quickly. I'm going to tell you what he did not do, and I'll tell you what I think or I speculate Conor McGregor did. So stick around. And once again, Conor McGregor, plastic or not, well, let's see what we got. All right, so when it comes to the Irishman, let's kind of do it like this. We could speculate that the guy probably seeked out, I don't know if that's a word, or pursued FUE surgery. If you don't know what that is, that's a way that they do hair transplantation. They take it from the back, they drill it out, and they kind of resituate it wherever you might need it. Obviously, there's an FUT. If you check out my hair videos, I do a full diagnostic or breakdown on what those things are and what they are not. So we could speculate the guy's looking to fix his palooka or his wig piece because once again, he's in front of the camera. He's more of an entertainer, more of an entrepreneur than he is a fighter at this point. So obviously he's concerned because he's probably an egomaniac on what he looks like. So we got the hair. So we start from the top and we'll start to work all the way now from the bottom. Do I think he's had any facial implantation? The reason why I will definitively say no is that this guy is a combat fighter. He is a full contact fighter. Now, if you know anything about facial implantation, there is many side effects when it comes to surgeries, but keep in mind that there could be something called protrusion, which means it sticks out, kind of like Amber Heard. I'll put a picture up there right now regarding her cheek implants. But one of the main dilemmas for someone in his situation, which means he still wants to get in the ring and he wants to win fights. I don't necessarily know when that's going to happen, but let's hope for the best. So now, what it is also with facial implants is that they have the tendency, it could be also naturally, maybe you put your hand on your chin or you put your hand on your face, is that the facial implant may shift. So now if you're getting knocked around in the face, 9 out of 10, your facial implants are going to then become asymmetrical, or once again, they're going to have to get put out, even though they have screws that are affixed to the bone. That's part of facial implantation. So that's the dilemma with that. And that I think he did not do. So obviously, when you look at him, he's got a very big smile when he's showing off his watches in every picture. And once again, we could say that he has chiclets that were put in. And what I mean by that is that he had a combination of veneering and crowns or both. Whatever the case is, I think it looks great. Maybe it's a little too white, but once again, I'm not here to judge him. I'm only here to do an evaluation. So now where I think the work may have been done is that we go to the mid-face. Once again, due to his age, he is a candidate for a mid-facelift. That means he had a cheek lift or cheek augmentation where they pick up his cheek pad, they affix it to the bone. Also, we could say that there was definitely facial fat grafting. Now, a lot of people are missing the mark thinking that this guy's, filling himself with fillers. That's why he has the round look. But keep in mind, a facial fat transfer is probably the direction that he went, because remember, he had a facelift, in my opinion. So that means he went for the lower blepharoplasty, which is a skin pinch probably in his case, I speculate, and then they took a little bit of fat and they filled in the gaps or the concavities in his face. Now keep in mind, when you get any type of facelift, there will be micro swelling for 1 year to 2 years. Okay, so when people look at his round head now, it could be that the cheek is set too high, or he's still dealing with micro swelling. Now, did he have an upper blepharoplasty? I would say that he did, because when they do a resection of skin on the eyelid, I would say that his eyes look very youthful. Now, the real question is, did he go for some type of brow lifting? Was it endoscopic? Was it coronal? Hard for me to say. I'm thinking that he went with the baby Botox all around to give him that subtle lift so he doesn't necessarily look surprised. Okay, so now Did he do anything on the lower half? I believe from the corner of the mouth down to the neck, there was nothing that was touched. He left that alone. So now, once again, just to recap, facially, the hair was modified or augmented. The teeth were augmented. The mid-face was augmented. Anything else, in my opinion, was not done. As a supplement or as an aside, did he, from running all this gear, I speculate, the testosterone, the GH, and who knows what, for the last 2 years, do the tissues grow in your face? Yes, they do. So once again, if we combine those two things, a surgical intervention, plus the guy's running a ton of gear, and obviously because of his surgery, I'm not going to knock him for that. And remember, this is for entertainment, and I'm speculating when I give this full breakdown. So once again, Conor McGregor, plastic or not, we could speculate, the guy's got a beer company, he's doing this, he's selling some type of spray to numb your body out that'll